Hello, this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts with a quick video. I might even post that as a bonus video this week. I have received my new order from Lavinia Stamps. My husband gave me a very generous voucher for Christmas and I had kept it till I knew there would be a new release, which was last week, and I ordered a few of the new stamps. I didn't want to have all the new stamps because I knew there were some I wasn't too keen on using. But before I show you those and the older ones that I have ordered, just wanted to show you this leaflet. There will be open days again at Lavinia Stamps in Ruthin, beginning of April, and it will be in their new place, the Dreamatorium. I think this is very exciting, and I hope I can persuade friends to go there for the open day and have a look at the new premises. And the open days are great if you live nearby or can afford to go on holiday to North Wales to see all the demonstrations. It's really great. I went last year in October to the Halliganza. So from the new release, I have ordered, this is the organic root, which is, we've seen something similar before, but I quite like this one. It doesn't have any leaves on it, and it's great if you want to create a wreath, but you can also create arches with it, or even, I'm thinking even decorate corners of cards, because I never got the actual corner stems they had. So I think this will be great. I'm looking forward to using that. And then they had lots of herbs. They had herbs in plant pots, and they had these herbs that weren't in plant pots. And I decided to order them without the plant pots because I do have these mini stamps of the plant pots. And I also had an idea, I don't want to give it away just yet. I will show you when I create a card what else to use for a plant pot. So I ordered, this is the sage, and you can always get two in these, a bigger plant and a smaller plant. This, I believe, oh no, this is the rosemary. And obviously you can use these as other plants, it doesn't have to be herbs. This is the dill, so you've got the finer leaves here, and this must be the thyme, yes. So again, it would work for a meadow. So sorry if I've got any glare, I didn't just check that. So this is the only thing, or these are the only things I've ordered from the new release. I wasn't too fussed about the little fairies or herbalums or whatever they were called, and I didn't want to have duplicates of these with the pots, although I think they had different sizes. I thought that's okay for me. But I had things on my wish list from older releases, so I treated myself to these here because, as I said, I had a very generous voucher. So I got these stars. See, it's called Burst of Stars. I really like the idea of using that with the sticker bottle stencils, because you can have a burst of something, you know, like a sparkling wine or something, Prosecco. It's great obviously for creating skies, it's great for Christmas cards. So I thought, rather than using the mini stamp, which I do all the time, I can stamp this in one go. Then this turned up, I actually had to look at my order, whether I actually ordered it. I did. It's one of those, I put things on my wish list on the Lavinia website, which you can do. If you log into your account, you can like things with press a little heart, and then they come up in your wish list. And normally I would have thought I'd chosen between the two sets, but I obviously ordered both, which is fair enough because it was a Christmas present. So this is Echo and Drew. I've already got two owls, Brodwyn and Merlin, I think it's called, or Malin. So I got these here, and this is called Large Owl, which is already on a branch. I really like owls, and I thought there would be a good addition to the owls I already have. So I treated myself to those. And I've also bought another set of foxes. This is Fox Set 2. I already have Fox Set 1. And I thought, again, this would be nice to have different foxes to create more fox pictures, because, yeah, as I said, I really like those. They have been on my wish list for a while. Then I got two things that, when I unpacked them, told me I should always check the size of stamps, and this is why sometimes it's better actually to go to the shop. These are both much smaller than I expected them to be. This is called Gate and Fence. I expected them at least to be twice as big, but sometimes I'm getting mixed up seeing something. I know there is a gate with a pheasant on top, and I think maybe I was got a bit confused with the size of that, but it will be used. I just have to have a look how the proportions work with whatever I'm using. And this one, I didn't expect it to be that small. I know there is a bigger lily. This is called Small Lily Flourish, but this is, yeah, fairly tiny. I thought it would be at least this size, but never mind. I'll work with this. As I said, it's just a surprise that it is that small. Having said that, Lavinia Stamps do advertise the sizes of the stamps on their website. I just didn't read it. I didn't read it properly. So then, because I had been working a little bit off camera, creating some scenes, and sort of failed a little bit with that, I got these two. This is called Fairy Path. So you've got sort of uneven stones or steps with a bit of grass on the side, and I thought that would be great for creating landscapes. And this one here, maybe I should have zoomed in a little bit more, apologies for that. This one here is just some steps with a banister there and some rocks on the side. This is called Fairy Steps. And I've got one of these sort of doors. I thought it would be great, or even, you know, like the snail house, something like that. I think these would be good and would sort of encourage me to try something different from what I normally do. Zoom out a little bit again. And then again, these were on my wish list for a while. This is the thistles, and this is called Silhouette Thistle. Again, I think I was torn between the two and then decided to get both. I have got a few older stamps. I think one's called Nigella Pods, and you know, bigger stems, not like the small plants. So I thought if I've got these, I can create pictures with bigger flowers and plants. So that was the idea behind these two. And as I said, because I had the gift voucher, I could just go for it. So, and then this was released. I'm just thinking whether it was a current release or whether it was a last release. No, I think it's a current release. These are actually some stickers. They're called songbird stickers, I believe. Yep, songbird stickers, it just says. So they are on a clear like acetate. And yeah, you've got various birds here. So I thought I just might give this a try. I've seen Joe Rice use them, and yeah, I think it's a nice addition, and I do love birds. I believe there were some butterflies as well, but I've got other butterfly stickers, so I didn't go for that. So this is what I've bought in my current purchase, and I'm going to create a card now with the new herbs. So I've pulled a few stamps from my stash. These are the flower pots I was talking about. They've got these plants to go with them, but I've got these two, and I've got the vase here, and I think the smaller stamps here work nicely with these. I think that would be fine. So I will be using those in the future. And I also, when I pulled these out, I found the cauldron. That would make a nice flower pot, I think, as well. You know, it doesn't have to be black. If you stamp that in a different colour, it could look like an outside urn for plants. So just as an idea. But when I looked at the release and I saw the plant pots they showed there, my initial thought was, well, I can use the corks. These were from the release when we had the bottle sticker stencils, and I just ordered this set here. And I thought, well, these to me look like outdoor plant pots, so I'm going to use them today to create my card. I have just pulled some cardstock from my stash and cut it down. This is just 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 to go on a 4x6 card. and I really want to keep it sort of clean and simple. I just maybe want to add a little sort of a scored edge, and I just want to put on these two flower pots, as I call them now, and a selection of these plants here. So I was just looking for my acrylic block there. So to create the plant pots here, I've chosen, or picked out at least, a few of my browns. I've got the pine cone, which is a very dark brown. I've got the sand dune, and I've got the portobello. So I think I'll just take a little bit of scrap paper here and just stamp these and have a look which colour I prefer. I don't want this to be too bold, but I don't want these to be too light. See, that is nice, but I think the portobello might be a little bit better. Yeah, I quite like that one, I think. Could always do a mix of them if you're doing a stamping platform. But yeah, I think I go for the portobello, or don't I? I'm just thinking whether the portobello is too olive green and too close to the plants. No, I think I'll go for the lighter one actually, and then maybe stamp the other one in the pine cone. You can obviously do them in any colour. If you want more like a terracotta colour, you might have something like that. So as always, I'm inking it up thoroughly. And as I want to have a bit of an edge, so I'm just placing it here. I could, if I wanted to, go over that with my zig marker and fill it in. I might do that. I'll decide that once I've stamped the plants. So, and then I will stamp the other cork right next to it, because then I can have a little bit of space for a sentiment. So as I said, I think I'll just do that in the pine cone, but again I'll have a little test run here to see if that's too dark, or whether I maybe go for a second generation. Yeah, go for a second generation there. So I'm stamping it off once and then come on here, and I'm trying to get on the same line as the other plant pot. That's fine. I think I like it that subtle, and as I said, if that's not bold enough, if I find it needs a bit more solidity, I can come in and fill it in. So, and then I just need to stamp these here. So I think I come in with the dill. The dill, as it reminds me a little bit of the field grass or orchard grass, because they're so fine, it's nice to put that in the background. So I will use a lighter colour for that in the background. So I'm using the Verdant. And again, you could have a play with first and second generation stamping. So I will check that this is actually quite high there. Just contemplating whether I want the smaller plant. There are two options I've got here. Either I mask the top of this and come down, or I go just for the smaller plant. I didn't take into account that these are actually quite high. It comes from not practicing this beforehand. Yeah, I think I will use a smaller one. I'm just having a play as I usually do. I haven't planned this card. Just thought I'd just delve right in. Yeah, that's better. So I'm making sure I'm not going over the edge of the plant pot there, but I can take some scrap paper, because this is a little bit high now, and can actually mask that off. Or I've got my low-tech tape here, I can even do that. So if I place that over here, I can stamp over it without actually getting ink on that plant pot. So I'm coming in again. I'm just stamping this at a different angle. So, and then I'll be choosing a more solid stamp. Just having a look. This is very similar, the rosemary, so I don't think I'll go in with that. I think I just come in with this one here, which is a sage. Choosing a darker colour. I'm not checking that this is actually the same colour that, you know, sage would be in real life. I know sage is actually quite light in colour. But I think with this one I'm going for the spruce, just to have the contrast to that verdant. Yeah, I like that. So, because it's a bit more solid, I'm making sure I've got enough ink on there. Yeah, I have stamped it off to prime it. So again, I'm just sort of filling it in between. But I also want to disguise that little bit where I've gone off this. So I think I'll just place a leaf on there. Oh, I missed a little bit at the top. I think I might have picked something up there. Sometimes if you've got like a floof on there, let me zoom in a little bit. Sometimes you're missing it a little bit, out a little bit, but it doesn't matter. So I could do something there, but I think I'll leave it like this, which is a bit sort of, how can I call it, uneven, because that's what nature's like. Nature's never symmetrical. So I can peel that off here. Obviously I've got half a leaf there. I should just have masked the area there, but that's okay. So I'm getting a new piece for the other plant pot. Again, I should show you what I mean. I should cut this to size really, which you can do. You can just you can stamp this, cut it out on a thin piece of copy paper and place it on there. So I hope this is a little bit better, but it's just a play. So, and this time, just to see what they're all like, I do the rosemary. And just because I like different colours, I'm just using the grass green here. Few hairs here today, little cat hairs. So, and if I wanted to, I could use this one, the bigger one, just to have a bit of height there, but I think I'll leave it. This. Do a bit of second generation stamping, third generation, just to fill this in. I think I will do something there because the spruce is quite dark, so I think I will actually put something there in the end. So, and then we've got the thyme, which is actually quite high, even the smaller one. So, and the only colour I haven't used yet is the shady light, so I shall do that. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm missing a sort of, I think it's because the corks are sort of straight at the top, so I think I need to come in and give them a little bit of dimension, you know, so it's obvious that the plants are actually sitting in there. And as I said, I needed something there in the spruce colour, but maybe not the sage. I'll have a little think. I need something there like a little leaf. I hope I haven't gone off camera in the meantime, because I was just conscious that my card was a bit low. So I'm just placing the tape back on there, and I'm just using one of the leaves here from the flower pots in the spruce colour just to fill in a little bit there, because I find otherwise it's not dark enough here. So just going up there. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just contemplating whether I want a little bit more. Just do a second generation there. Yeah. So, and I can take the tape off then when I finish with that. I've also got the other piece here. It's a bit tricky to see. There we go. So yeah, as I said, I need a little bit of definition. I think I just get my colour crayons out and then I'll find a sentiment and I'll show you how I score the edges for this card. I've stamped the birthday wishes here. This is from the Heartfelt Roses stamp set. I think this looks really nice, and I just stamped that in the grass. Yeah, is it grass green? Yes, same colour as that one. And I've picked two of my colour crayons. This is from the Black Widow range. I've got the Tarantula and Dark Tan. So, and I thought all I need to do is basically create a little bit of depth up here, just to make it a little bit like you've got some soil or so. I don't want to go in too much and do any shading on the corks, although I could do that, and I'm using the lighter colour to do the same here. I think it needs that a little bit to give a little bit of dimension, but not too much. Maybe come in with a darker colour here as well. And I think this gives a lot of difference to what it was before. So, and I think this is all I really want to do with this. It was supposed to be a quick card, but I said I would do some scoring. So I've got my tiny little scoreboard here, and I just want to create some lines all the way around. I'm just testing here, because I will be doing that from the back, how much I can actually do. Let me zoom out just a little bit. So, because I don't want to get too close. So if I do it on the second groove, which is 1/4 of an inch, I think that will be fine. I won't be touching that. I have to be mindful though that sometimes the ink is still a little bit wet. So I will actually take a scrap here and just blot it a little bit, just in case, but it looks okay. So that's that. I'm turning this upside down and turning it this way around, and we'll score this at the 1/4 inch, so on the second groove. And just going over it twice. So, and I'm doing this all the way around. Oh, I didn't pay attention, actually slipped, so this is not even straight. So I'm going in again and hopefully get away with it. If not, I could potentially cut this down, or what you can do is go in with your bone folder from the other side, flatten this out, you see, and then I'm going in again and pay more attention to this time. This is not my normal scoreboard, this is just a small cheap one, but I thought it would be more convenient for this small size. So, and this is the look you get there. So you've got an immediate frame, which I think is really pretty when you've got a lot of white. In hindsight, I could have moved these down a little bit. I might actually, now that I'm looking at them, give them a little bit of shading underneath, just to ground them a little bit. I think that would be nice. Just going in with that brown. See if I can shift that a little bit. It's not like a watercolor pencil, so although these are slightly water reactive. These are very smooth though. Just maybe a bit rounder. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. Yeah, as I said, it's just a quick card. So I'm quickly putting that onto the card base and then I'll show you the finished card. Here's my finished card. I put it on a craft card. I thought it goes really nicely with the both the brown inks here. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this. This was only supposed to be really a quick card and show what you can do with the corks. You can obviously go bonkers with the plants, add some flowers. As I said, if I'd moved them down, I would have had more space. You can move one of them down a little bit and create maybe even a scene or a few more of these, or if you've got some other corks, or as I said, you know, use a cauldron. Find any sort of container in your stash and the stamps, and yeah, you can really create lots of these with these stamps here, and I'm looking forward to using them in a wreath as well. But I'll leave that for another video. Yeah, and if you like this card, you might want to give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating with my lovely Lavinia stamps, but I also create other things with other brands, and I just recorded a video about some gift boxes. Yeah, if you'd like to see that, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you soon with another video.